Hello everyone, Sidanet here with another update from the Avalanche ecosystem. It's been a little while again. This is actually the second video from my new office in a new place. As you can see, compared to the last video, I have the soundboards up now. Slowly but surely getting together. I also have a full desk. When I was calling with Fish, I still had only half a desk because IKEA only delivered 2 of 3 boxes. But we're here now, and a couple things have happened on Avalanche. I don't think, all of it was spectacularly new. I think a lot of it was pretty easy to grasp. But today I want to talk to you about DeFi Yield Protocol because it does bring something a little bit new. And I think it's interesting enough to talk about it, so let's get into it. Now, DeFi Yield Protocol is not very different from auto-compounding AVAX PNG or farming on Pangolin. But there's a couple subtle differences. The most unique part of it is that you can choose to get paid out in AVAX rather than in DYP. So if you want to farm on DYP Protocol, the first thing you got to do is you got to buy some DYP on Avalanche. The most logical place to do that is Pangolin because they're partnered with Pangolin on Avalanche. So you can just go here and this will open up your screen in Pangolin. You're familiar with all of this. I'm just going to buy 0.5 AVAX worth of DYP. So once we have a little bit of DYP, we can go to farm. We're going to choose AVAX yield. They also have Ethereum yield and BSC yield. Of course, we're interested in AVAX here. We only have the DYP AVAX pair. If you go into one of the other chains, you do have more pairs. I imagine that if adoption increases, there's going to be more pairs. We only have, like I said, DYP AVAX, but we do have 4 different choices. This is just the amount of days that your tokens are going to be locked. And the longer it's locked, the higher the rewards are in the pool, essentially. So I'm going to go for 90 days here, and you can see we have the 316.72% APY. If you actually go to their main page, you can see that this is the highest API they currently have in the DApp. It would be nice if it would show you here, but sadly it doesn't. I think to bring more users onto Avalanche, it would be great to market a little bit more that we actually do have the highest yield on this protocol. But anyway, back on this page, what you're going to do is you're going to add liquidity. I found this is the much easier way to add liquidity than to try and find the pair in Pangolin. I'm going to max my DYPs. It's about half an AVAX again. And all of this you're familiar with how to add liquidity on Pangolin. Of course, we're not going to deposit the pool tokens in Pangolin. We're going to deposit them in DYP instead. So now that we've done that, we can just max liquidity. I've got 3.2 pool tokens. Once again, here, nothing you're not familiar with. You have to approve it and deposit it. I do notice here, apparently, I can claim my rewards as ETH or DYP as well. And with the transaction confirmed, you can see I now actually own 0.02% of this pool. Now, one funny thing about this DApp is that because it rewards DYP, right? And if you're going to get paid out in AVAX, it's going to use the DYP AVAX pool that you just deposited into to swap the DYP for AVAX. So essentially, you're buying your own AVAX. And this kind of, it works as long as the DYP price is stable, which kind of means that, new people need to be buying DYP to get more rewards. There is some anti-manipulation stuff in there. So for example, the price, whenever there's a buyback or buy of AVAX, the price of DYP cannot decrease by more than 2.5%, I believe. And of course, they have a lot more mechanisms to kind of make you keep the DYP in the system. So like I said, you get the most rewards for locking them up. There's also DYP staking, which again, is just lockup of DYP. Fun thing is this DYP staking ties into referrals. There is also referrals. But as you notice here, if you refer someone, you get 5% of your friend's rewards. Now I checked because when I refer someone, I kind of like them to get a benefit. I want them to gain a benefit from my referral and not just to be doing me a favor. But in this case, if you actually were to use a referral code, it actually costs you 5% of your staking rewards. So I am going to put my referral link in the description, but please only use it if you just want to, support the channel. Otherwise, you're way better off just going directly to the link. I will also put the direct link without any referral in it in the description. And sign up that way. That's a slightly, more beneficial way to yourself. Then finally, 2 more kind of tools are available on Avalanche. The first one is NFT. which is essentially just an NFT marketplace. You can buy NFTs here as you want. I think we have a couple apps that do similar things or the same thing. And then finally, there is DYP tools. We have a couple of fun, block explorer things here, best pairs, whenever whales move, the big swap explorer. I think you can lock tokens as well, and just some general analytics that may be nice. There will also be a launchpad in the future, but it's not available just yet. So guys, that's basically it for DeFi Yield Protocol, DYP. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna try it out and what your experience is with it. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for sticking around with this channel while we're waiting for, more super cool and interesting stuff to happen on Avalanche. Stuff is definitely happening, right? Like we've got, I think AVAX is planning to launch here. Link is now fully integrated. But in terms of what you can do as a user, I think a lot of it is somewhat incremental. Lydia adds a lottery, or maybe new pool gets added somewhere. So I'm trying to not make a video for like every small thing. I want to keep it interesting. But I think because DYP is a little bit unique in their way, good for you to know what it is all about. So if you enjoyed it, please do like the video. For now, hope to see you in the next one, and goodbye.